Hello, welcome to the channel. And this old postie that I've bought, it's got a problem with the frame on the right hand side where the kickstand, side stand or whatever you want to call it bolts in place. I need to make a repair to the frame. If that's something you're interested in seeing, as usual, stick around and I'll get straight into it. So the right hand side stand, kickstand is held in place with the centre stand pivot bolt with the nut there, but also with this bolt that's welded to the frame. As you can see on this one, the end of the bolt's broken off. That should have an M8 nut on there like this, holding that in place. Obviously something's happened, they've fallen off, bent it, broken the end off the stud. If I take this nut off, and you can see the end's broken off. So what I can do is drill it out and put something like this, an engineer's stud. This is too big a diameter. I don't have one the right diameter, so what I thought, I'm going to simply drill that, tap that M8 and use a bolt. Maybe I'll tack it in place, tack weld it in place. We'll see how we go. So I've removed the brake pedal and the pivot bolt to give me some room to work. What I'll do now, cut the end of this broken bolt off, file it nice and flat, put a centre punch mark in there, drill and tap M8. I've drilled and tapped the rod there, and what I plan to do, I've made a stud. See if you can see that. I've made the stud from a bolt, simply cut the head off. And screw that in there, use some thread lock. And that way, the reason I've done that is so, first of all, it will look exactly the same as the original. And also, when you take the side stand on and off, you're not risk damaging these threads. You can just change this stud when this eventually becomes worn. I'm getting a bit of an audience in the background. See if we can see them. I've got my neighbour's sheep, they're obviously interested in CT110 posties as well. And I've used some Loctite thread locker, put that on the stud, and I'll screw it in. And then what I'll do the old trick, so I don't have to damage the stud, gripping it with some grips, multi-grips or pliers. I'll do the old two nut trick. I'm sure most people will have seen that, will know that. Put two nuts on. Lock them together. And then I can, with the outside nut, wind the stud in. And so I wound the nut on a little bit further and knit them both together to give me a little bit more purchase if you want. And that's as far as that's going to go. And that seems to have worked too well. I've just loosely fitted the rear brake pedal and the plastic shroud there. I haven't connected the spring. I'm going to take it back off again. I've got some other things I want to do, but this is just to show the finished result. The stand is solid now, bolts on with the nut from the centre stand pivot bolt, and the stud that I put in, as you can see, it looks factory. I'm pleased with that. So once again, thanks for watching, thanks for everyone who subscribed. If you're getting some value out of these videos, please subscribe, helps the channel to grow, and also stops you missing out on any upcoming content. And I'll see you in the next video.